Hi, YouTube family. Welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. I don't know if you all can tell, but you're in my closet. Um, the title of this video is I'm Mrs. C's and I am a recovering handbagaholic. So yeah, y'all, I just wanted to bring you into my closet. You have to excuse the mess, so really quick. I wanted to show you all some of my handbags. Some of them I took out of I usually keep them in dust covers. As you can see, these ones are covered up. You know, that's how you preserve them. Um, I took out a lot of the leather ones because they have to breathe, y'all. And I'm going to get into that in a minute. This whole handbag thing, it is, it's a lot of work. But yeah, the leather ones, I had to take them out so they can breathe, and I had to condition them because you have to keep them conditioned. Um, and this goes in line with this whole, this whole China and the tariff thing that I'm going to get into in a little bit. But yeah, this is what we're spending our hard-earned money on. I've got, those are some Louis Vuittons at the top. The black bags, that's Chanel. That's another Louis Vuitton bag. I'll take those out if y'all want to see those, and I'll show those to y'all in another video. But I didn't have enough time, and it's a lot of work to take them out of the dust bag, and I had them stuffed and packaged, and it's a process. And then these are all Louis Vuittons that are in their dust bags. But yeah, as you can see, I don't have a lot of handbags. I have sold a lot. But I have kept like the Chanel ones. This is my keep all. I have it out of its dust bag because I used it recently. And those of you who don't know, it's Louis Vuitton. If you can't tell by the monogram, the I would say out of all of these, my favorite is this one. It's a Chanel bag, and you cannot tell because it doesn't have a logo on it. Unless I get really close, I don't know if you all can see it. You can see the Chanel engraving on the hardware. But just by looking at this, you can't tell. Unless you are a handbag lover, you're not going to know that's a Chanel bag. So that's one of my favorites. This one, I have maybe carried it. I've had it for 5 years. I may have carried it maybe 3 or 4 times. And the reason I don't carry it is because I'm scared. I'm scared of getting it messed up. As you can see, it's a lighter color. I'm scared of color transfer because if you wear any type of denim or anything like that, this can get denim on it and you cannot get it off. So that's why I don't carry it. But it's also one of my favorites. This is a Chanel mini flap. This is a Chanel square mini flap, and it's the same thing. I carry it more than I do that one, but the same thing, because it's a lighter color, you can get color transfer. Whatever, if you wear in dark color clothing, it can rub off into the leather and it would be ruined. It would be ruined forever. So if you're going to carry light color handbags like this, you would have to wear light color clothing. Again, this is one of my favorites. I don't carry it a whole lot. And this is my baby, my Chanel small classic flap. I don't carry it at all. I may have carried it twice because, as you can see, it's a dressier bag. And where am I going? I have nowhere to go to carry these, y'all. I'm not a fancy person. I don't go to fancy events, and I'm not rich. So this one was the most expensive, of course. If you all can look it up, you know how much these go for. The story behind this one, I originally had, because this is a small classic flap, I originally had the medium and I didn't like it, so I sold it. I liked it, but it was too big. So I sold it, and I've always wanted the small, but at the time when I got my medium, they didn't have a small. So I settled for the medium. I sold it, and then I ended up getting this small, which I don't carry it. I love it, but I don't carry it. And as you can see, it's a double flap. So double flap meaning it has two flaps, and this is it's not practical, y'all. It's not practical to carry this every day. Number one, you're going to get it messed up. Number two, who wants to fool with two flaps? You can see I got my tissue paper in here. tube flaps. You know, you got to reach in, you got to get your stuff. It's just not, it's just not practical. So that's why I don't carry them. And yes, y'all, these are real. I don't know if they were made in China. They say they were made in, I think this one was made in, you can see right there, it says France. I don't know if you all can see that. I don't know, with all this stuff going on today, they saying everything's made in China. I don't know. It smells good. It smells like leather. It feels good. I paid a lot of money for it. Yeah. So it's they're very, very expensive. And I don't understand. I don't understand why they're expensive. But yeah, it's just not practical to carry something like this every day, because you know you spend that's where I was going with that. You spend a lot of money for this stuff, and you're just afraid to use them. You're afraid you're going to get it messed up. So that's why I don't carry that one. This one, I bought this twice. This is another one I bought. This is a wallet on chain, if you all don't know. I had one previously. I sold it and I got this one. And the reason is because my other wallet on chain, and again, you pay a lot of money for these. There's a Chanel logo. And with my other one, it started to wear. I had some wear down here because when you pick it up, you tend to put your thumb here. And so this is the caviar leather, and it started to wear down here. The pebble started to smooth off, and I didn't like that. I had lost my train of thought previously, but where I was going with that is, yeah, these are authentic. I did buy these from the Chanel store. So I didn't get them from China. I don't know if they were made in China, but I did get these from the Chanel store. And the same thing with my Louis Vuittons. These are all Louis Vuittons, my Keep All. And I have a Speedy up there. I don't know if you can see it, a Speedy up there. That's another Speedy. And I think these are all Speedies right here. And this is another Chanel bag. I just didn't want to unpackage it. This is a tote bag. And I'll probably show you all my whole collection if you want to see it one day. But yeah, I got all my Louis Vuittons from the Louis Vuitton store directly. And I got all my Chanels from the Chanel store. So I didn't get these from China, just in case you wanted to know that. Yeah, y'all. But let's get into, don't do what I did. Don't, I don't want to show y'all walk you through my whole house because my closet is messy. I'm trying to figure out let's see. Let me turn the camera back around. I'm trying to figure out how can I escape out of here without showing y'all the mess. Let me just pause this and I will be right back. I'm back, y'all. I don't know if you can see. I hope you could hear me okay when I was in the closet, because I tried to clip this mic to my shirt underneath and then it got covered up when I was in the closet. So hopefully you all heard me okay. Hope you enjoyed that little tour. But I just wanted to add some things to that. And I know I do a lot of videos on here about finance and stuff like that and saving your money, and I'm all for that. And I do that. That is true. But, I did have a dirty little secret, with the handbags and everything. I don't do that anymore. I stopped buying them. And actually, with given what's been going on in the news and everything, it's kind of embarrassing. I'm really embarrassed to use those handbags and to take them out in public. And I know you're probably saying, well, why would you buy it? I don't know. It's just, I got caught up in the hype. I did a lot of that shopping, during COVID, when we were kind of stuck and we couldn't go anywhere. So what did we do? We turned to social media. And then, for some reason, the handbag stuff kept popping up on my newsfeed because I guess I kept clicking on it. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I want one of those. But it's a waste of money, number one. And it's not a good addiction to have. And no addiction is good, but that's definitely not a good one because it's going to keep you broke. Just buying stuff. Again, it's buying stuff you don't need. I had way more handbags than that, actually. That's not a lot. I mean, if you look at some of these other people, and I know, videos and things like that, but people, they have hundreds and hundreds. At one time, I think I was up to 40. I did sell a lot of them. I sold them through Fashion File, And I think Yogi's Closet, which is another, it's an online consignment shop. Because I wanted to, sell it to a trustworthy source. I didn't want to get scammed. Like I said, my things, my handbags, all of them are authentic. I had the receipts and everything. When I purchased them, I had the original packaging, the boxes, everything. I'm trying to think, because since we moved, I'm trying to think, where did we put all those boxes? Because I got to go look to make sure I still have those boxes, because I know my husband, we were trying to get rid of a lot of them. And he's quick to throw my stuff out and not his. So I got to make sure I still have all the original packaging. And you want to, I kept it because in case, for resale. Right now, I'm not going to get a lot. So I'm probably going to wait until maybe the handbag trend is trending again. But right now, I looked on some of those websites that do the resale, and it's not good right now. And then those companies, they don't give you what you paid for them. They try to lowball you. So that's another thing. You lose money unless you sell it to another consumer, but you got to be careful with that too. Like I thought about coming on here and trying to sell them, but I don't want to be scammed. And, you got to be careful. I don't want to sell it to somebody and yeah. Number one, I wouldn't sell it without getting my money first. And I don't want somebody having to return it and then they return me a fake. And I just didn't want to go through that whole thing. So I felt more comfortable going through the online consignment that has a good reputation. They pay you, they give you your money, and you're done. You don't have to worry about returns and all that kind of thing. But it's just a hassle, keeping up with it all. Like I said, I have to keep it in the dust bag so they don't get ruined. I have to keep them conditioned. I have to keep them stuffed so they don't lose their shape. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, y'all. And again, like I said, I don't even carry like any of them. I do carry some of the Louis Vuittons because they tend to be a little bit more carefree than the Chanels. Because the Louis Vuittons that I have one leather Louis Vuitton, but the rest of them is the that coated canvas that that you all see, the monogram print and that kind of thing. And those are a little bit more carefree. They do have some leather, like the handles and things like that. But that's pretty much carefree. You don't have to worry about it as much. So I do carry those a little bit more, but I only do it on the weekend. I don't carry designer handbags to work. I just don't feel comfortable because I don't want the judgment. Yeah, I carry a plain Coach bag with no labels. I think it just has a turn lock, like the little flat bag. It doesn't have any writing, no labels, no nothing, and it's black. Nobody knows what it is. So I feel more comfortable than somebody looking at me like, you could walking in there. I'm walking into work with a Chanel bag, and they're gonna be looking like, oh, who she thinks she is, or where she thinks she going. So I just don't want the judgment. That's just me personally. I don't see too many people where I work come in with designer handbags. I think if I did see more people come in with the designer handbags, I probably would feel more comfortable bringing mine. But because I don't see that, I just wouldn't feel comfortable. But some people take them, and I mean, you do you. It's up to you. But I just don't feel comfortable. But yeah, y'all, I just don't advise, getting into any type of shopping addiction. It's just not good for you financially. It's a lot of work. And it's like you're never satisfied because you always want the next newest, greatest thing. And it's like, where does it stop? You just keep getting, you want more and more and more and more and more. And that's why it's an addiction. So at some point, we've got to say to ourselves, what am I doing? Why am I wasting my money? The money that you spend on that kind of stuff, you can put it towards purchasing a home, or you can invest it, or you can find a lot better uses for your money than buying that crap. So I guess I will go ahead and end that video here. I just wanted to share another part of myself with you guys, in case you didn't know. So yeah, I'm a recovering addict. I'm doing better. That happened, like I said, during the COVID year. So what is that, 4 or 5 years a week post-COVID? So I am doing better. I have no desire to buy any more Chanels or any more Louis Vuittons. No, I just have no desire, especially with what's going on with all the tariffs and the stuff being made in China and all that stuff. So yeah, But that's it, y'all. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate everybody who has subscribed, everybody who left comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please continue to do so. And please like and subscribe if you like this video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.